Then Vladimir obviously just wants to play for either team fights or side lane threat, depending on what build you go, depending on what the game state is. But he can be really good in both those, but Vladimir does struggle with getting kited. Yeah, I feel like you pick Trundle and they pick Xayah and Ornn, and you're like, well, I don't know why he would do that, but thank you, I guess.
Yep. Viper is now trying to bounce away from Berserker. There are a lot of sticks in this guy, as the bailout just perfectly timed. And Berserker will be able to grab the duo kill up against Viper here. Felt like it was close, but in the end it was not, and Delight unable to actually keep Viper alive.
Right?
It's going to help reinforce the DN Freecs 8-minute stats. Because as you can see here, once again, it is an 8-minute gold lead. They are really living up to their reputation of laning well, playing out the early game well. They've got decent plans that are in place. It's just navigating the rest of the game that has seemed difficult for this squad. As Peanut going to be taking the remaining 2 grubs here. And Pyosik already with one of them. So no huge advantage to be gained, but it is going to be 2 objectives as far as the feats of strength are concerned for HLE.
By himself?
Yeah, this is the problem, yeah.
Or Thanos, or whichever is your preferred bad guy.
Yeah, he can snap his fingers or whatever. I like the Yu-Gi-Oh reference. I think Exodia is the way. As Bulldog is going to move on over here, Zeka is going to find him, throwing some justice via a punch into him. Pyosik's still just getting to work on this Infernal Drake, though, as Peanut is going to come on over. This will be the fight starting. Chains of Corruption down as they are targeting the Soraka, but the Fate's Call going to be there. The Wish just in time to get Peanut out of danger. And now the taunt comes through. Justice Punch, gorgeous from Zeka, and a double kill for Zeus. This is exactly what the DN Freecs could not afford to happen. And my God, I could say that this is probably the best composition to have when a Chemtech soul is revealed. Yeah, well, Dudu and Zeka are doing battle down here, okay? Whilst you're molding, we've got a very serious fight on our hands. And Zeka is going to move out of the way. The DN Freecs will be able to collect themselves the Rift Herald.
Doesn't have 2 items yet. Berserker's still strong. You can do this, DNF. You can bring us to that game 6. I believe in you. Pyosik, they don't know you're there!
All right, well, Pyosik is going to be discovered, but now the value of the Galio comes in. The Wukong able to get out those Warrior Trickster comes on through, and now there is a Hemomancer in amongst everyone. Dudu trying to be that frontline as Delight just gets in there with a massive knockup. Viper having to flash away as the huge taunt comes through from Zeka, being an absolute hero. There is going to be Zeus going down. That's a raid boss removed, as I've seen this movie before, and it is going to be both of them dying. Soul Point still goes over to HLE.
And even despite the Delight ambulance, Berserker and Viper trade 1 for 1, but it's Peanut that's alive for healing, so we'll see.
Well, this is a full commitment to the Arakan.
Zeka just TP'd to top.
He did. He does have the heroic entrance, but he is a long way away. He's out of range for now. Let's see what can actually occur from this one. It's down to 3,000. Peanut could get in for a potential steal, but it's not going to happen. Arcane Storm now just zoning them away, and HLE just going to have to exit.
That would be ahead by like 1,000 gold, and then 5 to 10 minutes later, they would be down 5,000 gold. Very consistently.
Well, we're moving towards that because these turrets are just kind of...
It's 2. It's fun. It's 2.5.
Yeah,
it's really cool because that's how I end up with a great pair of inline skates.
That is
I just
true.
have.
I do just tend to... Yeah, I tend to just make purchases because I think that might be a cool thing to do. And
well, again,
about the need.
I'm happy. You know, they've been great. We've had a good time skating together. It's been fun.
And is going to be able to knock away the Galio. The Baron has spawned right at the nick of time as Berserker will take out the outer turret in the mid lane. HLE a little bit out of position here as that wave is going to go wanting. And now they get control over this area.
Oh, he's coming in early. Dudu knows.
Yep, teleport to come through. Flank angle there for Zeus at the same time, but this dragon is very low. There are the knockups as Peanut comes on through, and the Justice Punch is good. It is going to be the Drake secured by Hanwha Life Esports. Into the backline goes Zeus. Hemo Plague explosion is gigantic, and Chemtech soul value is absurd. Viper able to utilize it as he cuts down the remainders, but he's the last man standing now. Pyosik and Dudu, can they deal with this Kalista? That's the question as the Rensets come in. The last remaining bit of damage is taken out
Oh, no!
as he's desperately trying to hop over this wall.
He accidentally
and he
hopped
just lets
over.
Dudu live.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, based on his move, and I'm pretty sure he didn't mean to do the one hop over the wall.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna spear back. That also didn't work.
Wait a second. Now it's the opportunity, as Roar the Slayer does come through, so I don't think
No, there's Warden's Melt, there's Unending.
He's pretty good at that. You
win.
do lose a lot of that zone
You have
of
to win the Elder
Chemtech value. As, all right, Peanut not able to quite find the avenue in here, but Berserker is also going to get taken towards that bailout very, very quickly. The Wish comes on through, and the Soraka very, very happy with having that extra healing available here. As HLE continue to push forward, Pyosik trying to stay stealthy.
That's what it is, so instead we're going to try and play. I think maybe an earlier ult could have made the difference there from Life, but...
Dudu and Pyosik are going to try and kill Zeus here. That was a lot of health that he got back.
He has Chemtech Soul.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he was holding the pull as well.
He has Chemtech Soul.
And Viper is now over here. Pyosik is already dead. Zek is teleporting in. It's a bit of a celebration here by the looks. Everyone wants to be around as the zombie pops up, and Dudu and Pyosik, absolutely nothing they could do. Chemtech Soul, Vladimir, level 18, 3.5 items. Just no. Like, you're not gonna do anything.
I'm just a little sad, Atlas. I'm taking a moment to
fair enough.
accept that what we wanted today might not happen.
Be taking a moment as well. Never mind. He made it to 50% health, where Immortality just decides that it wants to pop in.
You know?
Yeah.
You're a monkey. You're Wookiee. You're just living your best life.
Yeah, you're like, oh, 2v1, we got this. And then you're like, oh, geez.
This horrifying bloodbender shows up, and you're like, we'll take him out. And then he doesn't, and he turns into a puddle.
Elder flip!
Well, is it really? I guess it is a flip.
It's a flip.
Yeah, no, Pyosic's here. They can win.
Unless Viper gets loads and loads of sticks in.
Atlas, no, it's fine. They're going to mistime it. It's really hard to actually do this well. They're going to flip.
Well, he's hopping around a lot. They managed to get the Baron from
the Giga Cone.
last time around. Is, oh, dearie me. Viper going to have to use everything to get himself out. He gets the Soraka out as well. As into the back line they go, and oh my god, they used him as bait! The entire time over the wall goes Peanut, and Pyosik just reeling after this one. He gets into the pit, but it's not going to work. And Viper, he didn't even make it to that 50% threshold. He just got himself out of there, took his Soraka with him, and allowed the Gargoyle and the Hemomancer to get that work done.
I'm pretty sure Zeus in that one fight did more damage than Berserker in the entirety of last game.
Oh, God.
He did like if that was correct, like 9.3k.
Yeah.
That's more, right?
Yeah, I would say that's more.
Oh,
but that's more than a lot of people do in a whole game. That's more than a support does in 4 games. In one team fight. Okay, HLE, a swift 2-0, an eclectic composition, but one that really does let us know that Chemtech Soul is often undervalued.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.